Okay, welcome back, Honors Geometry. Here we have example 2, and it's another 2-column proof. And here we have some givens, okay? So here we have a diagram. As you can see, we have angle 1, angle 3, angle 2. We have some labels for that, and it says measure of angle 1 is equal to measure of angle 3, okay? That's why these two have these red single lines there. That designates that they're equal to each other, okay? And it's asking us to prove that AEC is equal to DEB. Okay, again, we're going to try to distinguish between these two using colors. Okay, so let me make it a little bit bigger. So we're going to use blue, and we're going to say AEC is blue. Okay, AEC, we're going to make blue. And then we're going to make green DEB. Okay, so DEB is the green one. Okay. Now, any 2-column proof, you always want to start with the information that's given, okay? So that's our first step here, okay? Even though this is already filled in for you, I think we'll be able to go through it and you'll be able to understand, okay? So measure of angle 1, measure of angle 3, as you can see in the diagram, they're equal. It's also in the given, okay? So that is why that is written there, okay? And that's what you just write. You write given, okay? Now, measure of angle 2 is equal to measure of angle 2. This is the reflexive property. I said that I would explain why we need the reflexive property. I mean, after all, doesn't it make sense that measure of angle 2 is equal to measure of angle 2? Okay, well, this is why. If we draw out just AEC, okay, here's AEC, a rough sketch. All right, I'm going to draw this middle divider, okay, just like we have. And we know that this is going to be angle 1, okay? And then this is angle 2. Now, that's angle 2 as shown in AEC. Now, what if I draw DEB? So here's DEB, okay? So again, I'm going to draw the little divider where angle 2 is. Okay, this time angle 2 is located here, angle 3 is located here. But still, there's an angle 2 inside both of these, okay? As you can see, there's angle 2 and there's angle 2. Now, in order for us to compare the two, we need to know that they're equal, and they are in fact equal, using the reflexive property. Okay, so that's why we need the reflexive property. Now our next step, since we knew that angle 1 was equal to angle 3, okay, if we add angle 2 to both sides, which is equal to each other, we're not changing the value of the equation, okay? So here we just use the addition property of equality. Again, addition property of equality is only when you add something to both sides. So here we added angle 2 to both sides, and it didn't change the value, okay? So that's why we were able to do that. All right, next step. We have measure of angle 1 plus angle 2, okay? So let me erase this. Okay, if we look at the combination of these two angles, okay, we have angle 1 and angle 2 together. Together they form the bigger angle AEC. AEC, okay? Angle AEC is formed by the sum of these two angles. All right. So now let's see what happens with angle 2 and 3. If we combine 2 and 3, let me use a different color. Let's use this kind of salmon color. 2 and 3 form the bigger angle, angle DEB. All right. So then we have DEB is equal to the sum of these two smaller angles. This is known as the angle addition postulate. And we're going to go over more of this in the next chapter, but essentially all it means is if we add two smaller angles together, we form a bigger angle, okay? That's all it's saying. All right, so if you're with me there, we're set. Add these two smaller angles together, we get the bigger angle, okay? Same thing with AEC. Add angle 1 and 2, we get the bigger angle, okay? Now, final step. Remember, we're trying to get to this final step here. We're trying to prove this. So we need to prove that this blue angle here is equal to this green angle here. All right, so we need to somehow know that we're going to have to get everything in terms of these two angles by the time we're done. Okay, so we saw that we had this angle, okay, and we know it's equal to this right here. Here we have another angle, the other one that we're looking for, and we know that it's equal to this part right here. Okay, what are we doing there? We are substituting those two values into the equation, and as you can see, they're equal. Okay, angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to angle 3 plus angle 2. Okay, so those two values are the same. Okay, and it makes sense because they're both 1 and 3 are equal, and 2 is equal, and they both have 2 inside of it. So naturally, these two angles are equal. And that is another example of a two-column proof.